What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today we're here for week number 2 of the BBL, and we picked up a win last time out. Amazing. We did really well. I think it was like a 4-0 win or something against Joe, and I'll definitely take it. But this time around, we're not playing against the Delta. We're playing against something that's still very scary, though, and that is Marshadow. Marshadow is terrifying. It used to be the biggest threat in the entire BBL format, but then we allowed Calyrex Ice, Mewtwo, and Yveltal, so now it's the 4th biggest threat. But either way, it's a crazy Pokemon. It's insane, honestly. If you guys want to skip the team build, you can do so by clicking on the timestamp on the screen and in the description. But let's go ahead and jump on into it. My opponent's team, he's got the Marshadow, but on top of that, there's a Melmetal, which checks a lot of things that Marshadow is, well, not appreciating. Psychic types, the Ghost types, the Dark types, and well, not the Dark types, but the Fairy types as well. Those main things, Melmetal checks really well. Galar Slowking is annoying as hell to deal with, really hard to break through. He's got 3 really solid rockers in Seismitoad, Celebi, and Diancie. He's got a really good offensive core with the Tornadus Therian, the Thundurus, and the Obstagoon. And then there's a Munchlax as the backup, I guess, normal type over the Obstagoon. But yeah, either way, this team is very scary. Hopefully we can get it done against it. And let's go ahead and jump into what we are bringing for this matchup. So our first mon is going to be a shout out to Aquarius, to Addison. We are running the Eject Pack Zekrom. Looking at this team, electric moves go absolutely crazy. There's 1 immunity in the Seismitoad, and there's 1 resist in the Celebi. Everything else takes neutral or worse damage from the electric attacks. Then there's like, well, we can sprinkle in dragon type moves. Nothing's really weak to them, but it's still really, really strong. Either way, if we can go for a Draco Meteor on the incoming Seismitoad, we're in a really good position because we have the Eject Pack, which pops us and sends us out of the field into something else to probably deal with it a bit better. On top of that, if we get a Dragon Dance up, it should just be GG, assuming that the Marshadow is not Scarfed, or assuming that the, I guess, Thundurus is not Scarfed, since those are the only things that really will outspeed me. On top of that, Dragon Claw plus Bolt Strike destroy this team. I have to weaken Diancie a little bit because it's obviously immune to the Dragon moves, and it can hit me back for really good damage with the Moonblast. But at the end of the day, if I can chip things down, this Pokemon late in the game is insane. But also early on, it's very important to break through. And we're going to do that a lot in this specific matchup because of our Healing Wish support that we have later on in the roster. Now, the speed we have on the set is there for +1. Our speed up +1 is there for Jolly Marshadow. We also outspeed an Adam and Seismitoad. The speed tiers are really weird, and because of that, we do outspeed the Adam and Seismitoad. Our HP and defense allows me to take an Adamant Choice Banded Marshadow's close combat with rocks. And even with the minus special defense nature, we take 2 timid Tornadus' Focus Blast, and we take a +2 Tornadus Focus Blast after rocks. And the only attacking moves that actually OHKO us are going to be like Banded Melmetal Earthquakes, Life Orb Seismitoad, ground type moves, or like offensive Diancie Moonblasts. That's really it. Nothing KOs us from the Marshadow because it doesn't get any ground coverage. It's Poltergeist, close combat, do more than an Ice Punch would. So I feel really confident about this set. It's going to be very, very strong. Our next mon is going to be Armstrong, our Landorus. This Pokemon was really solid as a pivot last time around. It's going to be a bit more offensive this time. We don't have to worry about the Ice Shard, so we're running with the Life Orb this week. Earth Power, Sludge Wave, U-Turn, and Rock Polish. Rock Polish is there as a secondary sweeper. If I can break through things really well, Rock Polish in the endgame can be very, very scary. The issue is a lot of Pokemon that he has can carry ice moves. There's Ice Punch Melmetal, Ice Beam Slowking, Icy Wind on Tornadus Therian, Ice Punch Marshadow, Ice Beam on Seismitoad. I'm pretty sure that Obstagoon has ice moves as well. Either way, it's a lot of ice moves, so we gotta be very careful with how we handle things. But again, like I said, late in the game, if it's possible, we're definitely going to run for it. It's a very strong set this week. Our speed is there for the Obstagoon. Like I said, Rock Polish is our alternate win condition. And then Earth Power and Sludge Wave hits everything for neutral or better damage. This set really has a hard time for him to switch into it. Nothing really does it effectively. Like, Max Speed F Melmetal takes a ton of damage from Earth Power, which is insane. Sludge Wave destroys something like the Celebi, the Tornadus, the Thundurus, which are all immune or resisting the Earth Power. And Earth Power just decimates everything else. And U-Turn is there for a bit of momentum in case I really need it against something like, I guess, the Obstagoon. Maybe I'm not going to OHKO the Seismitoad and I can't risk losing my Landorus. We just want to have options like that. So that's going to be our Lando I. Our next mon is going to be Juvia, our Slowbro here with the Rocky Helmet this week. I was really debating going Cassibberry for the Marshadow, but we decided to go with the Helmet because I can basically take any one hit as long as it's not like a really offensive banded Marshadow. So we decided to go with the Rocky Helmet for that reason. Scald is really good damage overall. Thunder Wave to prevent, to like lower speed on things, specifically on the Marshadow, but also on Torn. If I can get the paralysis off on the Obstagoon, that's a really good spot for me as well. And it just helps out in general against maybe like Trick Room. I can stall out a turn because they might get fully paralyzed. So in general, solid move here. Slack off for recovery, and then Future Sight is something that I can use to kind of manipulate what he goes into and lets me really pressure his team that way. Getting that a little bit extra chip that Slowbro can provide with that base 120 power Future Sight is really, really good. So the investment we have on this set, number one, I put enough speed, or in special defense rather, to allow me to take number one, it is a Timid Thunderous' Thunderbolt. Timid Thunderous' Thunderbolt. Yeah, Timid Thundy Thunderbolt is what we take with our investment. The Slowbro also takes an Adamant Guts Obstagoons knockoff from full, which is amazing. And we also take a Life Orb Jolly Marshadow Poltergeist. If it's Adamant, we do not take the hit guarantee. It's like a 50% chance for its Oko. But either way, I don't think it'll be Adamant banned. Or, sorry, I don't think it'll be Adamant Life Orb. If it's Adamant, then we outspeed with Frostlass. If we go max speed, which, spoiler, we will be doing that. So we'll get to find out the details if it's Adamant or not pretty early on, ideally. So that's going to be our Slowbro, really solid mon overall. It's just a great pivot for us and plays a lot of mind games with the potential Choice Scarf, Choice Band, even Life Orb Marshadow, because if it goes for Ice Punch or Close Combat, it takes the 10% from Life Orb and takes 17% from Rocks. It can't heal itself back up outside of Drain Punch. So I feel really confident about this set if we get the switches correct. Our next mon is going to be Elric, our Jirachi, making its debut. We're running the Choice Scarf this week. Originally, I was thinking like defensive could be really solid, but Choice Scarf is actually kind of crazy. Look at my opponent's answers to steel types. It's like Melmetal, Thunderous, and then like Seismitoad. That's it. And none of those things really appreciate taking psychic moves outside of like Melmetal, but Melmetal's best way to recover itself is leftovers or rest. So again, not too concerned about it. Most of the time, Melmetal's going to come in on this Pokemon. I click the U-turn, I get out of there and get into something else that's a bit more threatening towards it. So I feel really solid about my chances against that thing. And then here is the most important part. Healing Wish. This allows me to get into Zekrom and break early on, not be too worried about it, because again, very little Okos me from full. I can go ahead, drop my Draco, try and set up and go for a game early on, try and set up and break, and then come back in later on when Scarf Jirachi offensively is not very useful, click Healing Wish, and try to go for a game a second time. It can be very, very deadly. The investment we have on the set allows me to outspeed the Obstagoon, same speed as the Landorus Eye. We force a lot of chip on the Slowbro, Slowking rather, on the Seismitoad, and of course on the Melmetal, and Healing Wish is the main thing, the main draw for this. But honestly, here's the thing. If we get flinches, which again, 30% chance times 2 on the Iron Head is 60%, 20% times 2 on the Zen Headbutt is 40%, we should be able to be in a really good position getting some flinches. So yeah, that's going to be our Scarf Jirachi. Next up is going to be our lead, Full Buster, the Frostlass with the Focus Sash, Curse Body, Ice Beam, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, and Spikes. Taunt is there in case I see a lead of like Seismitoad or Diancie, even Celebi to an extent. I want to taunt them so they can't actually get up rocks. Then there's Will-O-Wisp, which is there for the Melmetal. There is, it's also good for the Marshadow for something like, I guess, the Thunderous, depending on the set it's running. Just generically, it's solid against quite a few things to chip them down, which is super important. Ice Beam actually only has one resist, unless Rock resists Ice, which I don't know if it does. Either way, Ice Beam resisted by Melmetal. But the main thing is, we have a ton of defense investment. That's just in case he decides to run a Melmetal that's Adamant Nature, but has no investment in attack. So no EVs at all. And that's a pretty common set to run. Going max HP, max special defense, and then a ton of it, well then your Adamant Nature rather, is a really common set to see on Melmetal. So I decided to go ahead and make sure that a burned Melmetal that is Adamant, but has no investment, will never kill me from full with a double Iron Bash. That's really good because I can get up a Will-O-Wisp, burn that thing, number one, awesome, and I can still get up a Spike, which is absolutely huge and gives me a lot of utility for the rest of the game, getting the chip that I really, really need against things like Marshadow, against the Seismitoad, and of course against the Galar Slowking. So yeah, that's really solid here. Our next mon is going to be Hashirama, our Tapu Bulu. This is more of a defensive-ish set. It has a good amount of offensive investment, but the main draw behind it is it's a decent pivot into Marshadow, depending on what its attack is. If it's Ice Punch, not great. I mean, Poltergeist is still stronger, but Ice Punch is still not great. And then, of course, there's Poison Jab, which will Oko me from full, but I'm not too concerned about Poison Jab. I don't think that's going to be the play on his end. I do think it's going to be something along the lines of a Shadow Sneak, a fighting move, a ghost move like either Poltergeist or Spectral Thief, and then Ice Punch. One of those, I think it's like those 4 moves there. Either way, with the leftovers and Grassy Surge and my defense investment with Protect, we are never too KO'd by a, is it Banded? But it's a Jolly Life Orb Marshadow's Poltergeist. So we receive back 11 HP from Terrain and from leftovers. That's 22 points of health per turn. Plus Protect will give me another 22. So it's going to be 44 in total. That means that the attack will never actually KO me from full if it's 2 Jolly Life Orb Marshadow Poltergeist. Super important there. We have Nature's Madness in case of the incoming, what is that thing called? Melmetal coming in. We have the Horn Leech for basically everything else. And then Darkest Lariat not only hits the Celebi and the Slowking, because it resists obviously the grass moves, but it's doing really solid damage to something like the Tornadus as well. So that's really the main thing in there, the main draw for Darkest Lariat over like high horsepower. Super solid moveset overall. Gives me a bit of ancillary support for the Zekrom, the fact that it'll resist, or not resist, but it'll weaken the Earthquakes coming at it, which is nice. I feel overall this team is super solid. It has a lot of good utility, and fingers crossed they can perform well for us. We can go ahead and jump to 2-0. So guys, thanks for watching the Team Builder. If you enjoyed it, make sure to comment lasagna down in the comments below. Real G's moving sounds like lasagna. God, that did not, I don't know why I did that. Well guys, thanks for watching Team Builder. Let's do it. It is time to battle. All right, everyone, we are back, and in all the mocks I had, by the way, I forgot to mention the Team Builder. I had 3 mocks, got frozen in all 3. That was just fantastic. But in all 3 mocks, I don't believe I saw Torn, or Thunderous rather. Did I? No, I definitely saw Thunderous. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark everything that Kurt has brought. So Kurt brought the Seismitoad, which has come to every single one. Tornadus, which came to, again, every single one. Obviously, the Melmetal and the Marshadow came to every single one. Glow King also did. That was another thing that came to every single one. And then their last one was the Thunderous, which again, that came to, I think it was one of them. I'm not sure. Anyways, my lead here is going to be Full Buster. Obviously, there are 2 Pokemon that are immune to spikes, and those 2 are potential defoggers, but everything else just hates to deal with a spike up. So that's something, and the Pokemon that are defoggers are weak to my ice moves. That's important. So yeah, we're gonna do this. If I see a lead of Horn, I probably click Will-O-Wisp, I believe. I don't think that we're going to see a U-turn come out. If we do, I mean, U-turn is pretty straightforward. I don't think like, what is it called? A taunt makes sense because I can just go for triple axe and get the KO on the Torn. But in this case here, we're just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, try and catch something like the Melmetal. If I see the Seismitoad, I click Taunt. That is his only rocker, which is good. And also, there is no Dragon Resist on this team, which is really, really nice. So my main focus is going to be to get rid of the Toad, then I click my electric moves, but after that, before that rather, dragon moves are very, very free. So good luck, have fun to Kurt. Let's go ahead and jump into and hopefully pick up a nice W this time around. What is lead here? Genie, is that going to be the Torn? It is the Thundy instead, which is fine. I do outspeed this. I will not KO. Let me see here. So Frostlass against Thunderous. We should be doing, again, I expect it to be like not having very much bulk. Ice Beam does 67 to 81. I think getting that damage is really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and get that Ice Beam off. If we see a switch, then that's fine. We see Prankster Rain Dance. Is this offensive Seismitoad coming out here? Offensive Seismitoad? Question? Maybe? So Ice Beam comes out. Big damage there. I can go for another one, get my KO here, which I think is what I want to do. So we'll fire that off. But Seismitoad's annoying, but I think it's manageable if it's Rain Dance. If this is a Damp Rock, then we know right away. We know right at the 7 turns of rain left. Offensive Seismitoad is his play. That's what he's running with the Rain Dance. It's the only thing that makes sense, unless he's trying to go specifically for like Hurricane Tornadus. That's all I can think of. We're going to see Toxic come out. That is unfortunate because it breaks my sash. That is really unfortunate. That really sucks, but it's not the end of the world. If I see... What do you think about this? So we're going to deal with a Seismitoad, which is again offensive. We are knocked off. This thing is like, just say neutral nature. Swift Swim, probably Life Orb, I'd say. So, funnily enough, Life Orb does not actually KO me. Do I see, is it like a water move that we see coming out? Waterfall or Liquidation? Liquidation, I think it is. In the rain. Liquidation in the rain, it has like a 1 roll to kill me. I'm at what am I at? 138. So 138. It's 12% chance to kill me if it's Life Orb, but not a Jolly, not an Animate Nature. If it is a special Seismitoad with Scald, Scald has a chance to kill me because I actually have less bulk, but I think it's going to be more physically offensive, to be honest. Question is, do I stay in? I feel like a knockoff's coming out, or maybe a water move, but like, I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp just in case it's physical and we take the hits. We're going to see Earth Power come out. We should take this, I believe. We should take this, as we do. Curse Body on the Earth Power is kind of nice, I'm not going to lie, and it is Life Orb. So, if we get the Will-O-Wisp off, we can, so that's really nice for us as well. I'll take it. I will definitely take it. So, Curse Body on the Earth Power, This thing is burnt. Do we survive this hit? I think we do. Nice. We can stall one more turn of rain and get a bit more chip. So how much rain turns does this thing have left? Let's click this. There is 2 or 5. 2 or 5 turns of rain. So Earth Power is here. Like, what are the other moves? Sludge Wave. It's Life Orb. Is Slowbro my play? Or Slowbro? Slowbro, Life Orb. Assume Modest, maybe. I was at 130. Let's go back to Frost Last. Try and get more information. Frost Last. Life Orb, Earth Power. I was at 138. I was at 24. That's what? 114? That is a roll for Modest. Is it a roll for Timid? It is a roll for Timid. Okay. So we don't know yet if it's Modest or Timid. If I go into Slowbro in the rain, if I see maybe... I'm running out of time. Let's go into Slowbro here. Let's just do it. I want to keep this thing healthy. If it goes for Scald, it's going to do 30 to 37%. I keep this as a sack after. It also outspeeds a lot. I can get up a Will-O-Wisp. I can get off something. As we see a Surf come out. So Surf should do less than half to me. Okay. Let me find my charger to my... There it is. Okay. So rolling up to 127. Calculator. 201 minus 127 is 74. We're going to see a Surf instead of a Scald. That is, again, a roll for Modest and a roll for Timid, so we don't know yet. Special. It can go for Grass Knot on me. That's like the strongest move it has. What is Grass Knot going to do? 122 at most if it's Timid. If it's Modest, it's going to do 133 at most. I'm in range. Here, I think I switch out. And this is where I probably sack off Full Buster. Let's do that. I want to get the details. I wore down a little bit. We're going to do that. Just want to scout a bit, see what he's doing. I think that's my play. We're going to see a Surf. So Surf is this play. Interesting. Very interesting. Crit mattered. On 6 HP. So he's chipped down himself. That's like 3 hits of Life Orb. 3 hits of Burn. That's what, 30? 42% is taken? Like 52% now? So that's one thing. There's still Rain. This is where I can go into Slowbro here. If Surf is the best thing he has to hit me, then I'm just going to go for a Scald in the Rain. 41 to 48%. How many turns of Rain? Did I scout to see what kind of... Yeah, so it is definitely... That's fine. It's disabled still on the Earth Power. What am I seeing coming in? Slowbro, maybe? I think, like, Skull's my best play. Skull is still my best play. We're going to see another Surf come out. If this is specifically Water Absorb, then that really sucks. I'm going to, like, lose a good bit of HP here, but this should get the KO right now. And that means he has no answer to specifically my Electric Attacks, which is awesome. So it's a quick game so far. Really decent way to break my team early on, but the good thing is he only broke my Sash lead. He didn't, like, there's no webs up, or no rocks up, or no spikes up, unfortunately, but I lost health on my regen Pokemon, so I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, not too concerned. We're going to go hard into, if we see Marshadow, which is probably the play, we're going to go hard into Bulu. We could definitely see Torn come in. Tornadus. T. Level 50. Hurricane will do 112 at most to me if it's Timid. What is this? Marshadow. We go Bulu here. Bulu takes any 2 hits if it's Life Orb Jolly, except for Poison Jab specifically. But if it's Poison Jab, then, I mean, what are you going to do? Just hard swap into what? Oogie Boogie. Okay, so he's doubling out. He's trying to scout to see what exactly my play is. He doesn't know what my item is. But good play. Good play. The scout is nice. Grassy Surge pops off as well, which is a little bit iffy. I can go into Jirachi. I go Jirachi here. Build the scout a bit, see what kind of Pokemon this is. Interesting double. Sludge Bomb, easy. Rain stopped as well. Okay. So, what does he have that resists steel? I mean, nothing really. I can go for a U-turn here, kind of play around things a little bit. If I see, I just go into, if he stays in, I go into Slowbro. Okay, so he stays in, that's fine. Turn a little bit about this. It's like, what, 10% maybe? So Jirachi against Slowking. Nope, Slowking G. 19 to 20%. I think that's like physically defensive. I can go into this. It doesn't get Earth Power. I can drop a Draco and then get the hell out. Healing Wish back up after. I also think that Juvia is the play instead. Yes, I can go for a Sludge Bomb on me, but again, I'm not too concerned about that. Shadow Ball. Ooh, that's unfortunate. It's going to do decent damage to me. 192? Oh, fuck me. 192 down to 100. That's 90 points of health. That's my bad there. Shadow Ball. 90 points of health. That has investment. That has investment. Is it possible for it to be modest? It is possible for it to be modest. I'm out of range of modest. I can double out back into the... Well, I can probably double out into the Loxus here, to be honest. I can go into Armstrong. I think I'm going to Loxus here. Shadow Ball should not do a shit ton to me. Should do 32% at most of its modest max special attack. And Bull Strike does an absolute fuck ton. Sludge Bomb. Okay. Fuck me. And the Poison too. 30% chance. That's big. Here I drop a Draco and I get the hell out with my eject pack. So we're going to go for the Draco Meteor, get out. Eventually we're going to come back in with a Healing Wish at some point. But let's go for the Draco Meteor. Get our eject pack popping off. We see a switch into probably the Melmetal, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's the Melmetal. And this is good because, yeah, obviously it's like probably more physically defensive based on the way he's playing this. But we're going to get a Draco off on this thing. Do significant damage, I think. Not at all. Okay. Let's see this. Zekrom against Melmetal. Draco should do a quarter. It's like... I think we go into Armstrong here. Landorus. If it's like fully Spidef, we definitely KO it. It's got to specifically be Shucka Berry to take the hit. And I'm going to click the U-turn here to cover that. It's Shucka. I'm so confident it's Shucka. I'm going hard into Slowbro here. It's Helmet! No, what did I say it's Helmet? I know I'm Life Orb. I know I'm Life Orb. What am I doing? We go into Slowbro here on the potential Ice Punch or Double Iron Bash. Nice. Is it pads? 181 down to 151. 30 points of health. Then another. Nice. That's good. That's really good for me. Okay. So let's see here. I can go for a Future Sight. I think Scald is really solid too, though. This could go for a Thunder Punch on me. I can go for a Slack Off. Do I want to Scald here, or do I want to Slack Off? I think I want to Scald here. Toxic. Understandable. That's what you do against a Slowbro when you have a Melmetal. You Toxic it. But I think this thing is very specially defensive. Very nice. Burn? Nice burn. We take those. don't know if that's going to die here. I can go for a slack off now. I think I'm going to do that. Get the slack off on this thing. Maybe we see a discharge come out as a way to hit. That's why I saw in the mock a discharge. We just see a hard switch, which is fine. I get back to full. And we're going to see Iago come in. Lago? Iago probably after the bird. I could have made a future sight play there, but I don't think it was the right decision. But that's fine with me. I have Scarf Rachi in the back, so I'm not too concerned about this if it sets up on me. Unfortunately, I really wish I had a couple other things. I don't think I need this Pokemon as much as I think I do. I think Dark Move is pretty clear to come out here. Let's go into Hashirama. I don't think a Hurricane's coming out. I think maybe a knockup at the worst case is coming out. This thing gets a nasty plot up. Knockoff. Too cool with that. 177 down to 61. Fine. And now we can double into Elric with the Scarf. And at this point, Iron Head is super free. If I see a double knockoff, then that's huge. It's really big if I see a double knockoff. Hurricane. Very nice. 177 up to 138. Oh, come on. That's so big. 179 down to 138. Where's my calculator? 179, right? 179 minus 138 is 41. For Nadis, 50 against Jirachi. Hurricane, that's like a very little investment. I can go for the U-turn here, I think is the play. Go for the U-turn. Breakthrough, 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 breakthrough. Thank you. I can go Loxus. I think Hashirama is the play still. Maybe we see a U-turn. See a knockoff again. Okay. So Hurricane is his best play against me. I feel like we should be able to take the hit. Like, I don't think it's fully offensive. It's never gonna kill me here. I can scout with a protect. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna scout. Hurricane. Protect ourselves. Let's go for Madness. He stayed in. He landed another Hurricane. We should take this. Sometimes you just you can't go for your Zen headbutts, your Iron Heads, when you get Hurricaned, unfortunately. Okay, does Armstrong eat a hit? That's big. That poison on my, oh my god, that poison on my Zekrom is so huge. If I made the play just to go into my Zekrom on the Shadow Ball, I would have been in a good spot, I think. I think we have to go into Juvia now. Sadly, we just have to do it. That's so unfortunate. Oh my god, I'm not playing this as well as I wanted to. So what comes in here? What do I think comes in here? Possibly the Slowking or possibly the something else. But we go for a Scald here. We see a knockoff on this. It's going to get rid of our helmets, which is okay. Get more damage than I want to. Is that a crit? Of course. Come on, man. This is right now we're not getting the kind of luck we want to get. Scald. I get a burn. Nice. Even now with the Scald burns. We'll take it with the Scald burns. I click Slack off here with Future Sight. I think here's where I want to go into Elric on the off chance he goes for a Hurricane on me, which I think is the play. So he's going to stay in. Do we see a U-turn maybe? He knows we're Scarf as well. U-turn. That's fine, I guess. If I Healing Wish as he goes into Marshadow, or if his Marshadow comes in, I go for Healing Wish into Zekrom. I take any hits, and I can get up a Dragon Dance and go for game. I don't think I can do that because he might be something else, but that's fine. This might be Scarfed. This might be Scarfed. So we have this thing, Jirachi against, what is this thing called? Marshadow. Life Orb, Adamant, Shadow Sneak. Actually, might kill me. Fuck. What am I sacking here? It's not good. I think we lose this. We did not play this game the way we need to. Then Hebo won't KO this. I think I go for Healing Wish here and try and start again. It's Scarf! No! Oh, that's gonna kill me. Spectral Thief. Yeah, that was a roll if it's Jolly. I go into this now. Do I try and... Do I KO with Earth Power? We never KO with Earth Power. I'm gonna go for a Rock Polish here. Go for the Rock Polish. Gonna switch out, so we have a chance still. Going to Melmetal, so we get, this is good for us, this is good for us. We may have a shot here. Depending on the item of Glow King, we may have a shot here. Let's Earth Power this. So we get the KO on this, nice. It is Shucka Berry, so we made the right play last time. I think we established that before as well, but we get the KO on this. Marshadow, we're never gonna kill it. We're never gonna kill it, but I think it has to go for like Ice Beam against us specifically. There's the Torn. It's like max HP Torn. Slug is 49 to 58. This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be close. I think the Marshadow has it. How much does Jirachi take? Not Jirachi, Slowbro take from Special Thief. Well, here's this thing. This is at full. This is going to take the hits. Glow King G. I don't know if it's Assault Vest or not. If it is not Assault Vest and not like fully special defensive, we have a chance to KO. If it's Shucka, it's Shucka. Let's go with the Earth Power here and just try. Best we can do. Not Shucka, is it Assault Vest? Assault Vest. Ice Beam. Ice Beam. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I can't really go into Zekrom. The poison now. This poison was the problem. I think I could have done it if there was no poison. Had to not be Scarfed, but we go for the Dragon Claw here. Just any bit of chip on that. I think we had to get any bit of chip on that. Because he's forced to go for Ice Punch. I think I have a big chip on it. What's he going to go into here on this? Okay, so we get the KO on this now. Oh, we might not. I should have gone for Bolt Strike. Never mind, we get the KO. Crit, I don't know if it mattered. Either way. With the Toxic enforcement on Slowbro, I think we're kind of screwed. Maybe Slowbro was a sack instead of Jirachi. On the Marshadow. And then I can Healing Wish back up on anything else and try again. In comes this guy. Bolt Strike comes out. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's going to be a 2-0 loss, I think. Did not play the best, but props to Curry. He played well. Offensive side of it was great. It just kind of took me out of my options to do what I wanted to do. Breaking the sash was huge. Obviously, Jirachi didn't really do anything I wanted to do. I think if I had not been, what is the word I'm looking for? If I had not been, I can't even think of words. Oh my god. If I had not been confused, Ironhead was just coming out freely because it does like half, and I don't mind losing my scarf at that point. If I get the flinch, it's 60% chance. I just can't take that risk. Plus, you can't take that risk. Either way. Let's go into this. We're going to click Future Sight and then hope and pray. So let's click the Future Sight. I think it's Assault Vest based on the damage we did, unless it's like just fully specially defensive. But I don't think it is because of the damage that we did to it, or damage it to us. Future Sight. Yeah, we're not we ain't in a good spot. We ain't in a good spot, Chief. Scald. Yeah, Shadow Ball as well. It's just, yeah, we're cooked. We are cooked. There's the Shadow Ball. It outspeeds me too. I think this will 2 kill me as well. Or the yeah, if it crits. Okay. Sheesh. Obviously, we got burns on something like the Melma, which didn't play a role at all on the, what is that thing called? On this, oh my god, we got so many Skull burns. Like, this one didn't matter. The Torn didn't matter. Yeah, I don't think any of them actually mattered. That's crazy. Okay. Well, if this is a speed tie, I go for the slack off and hope, but I don't think it's a speed tie. I think he's outspeeding me by 1. Yeah. So that's it. 2-0 loss, unfortunately. I felt really good about this. I really did. However, just honestly, offensive Seismitoad in the rain to break early on was nice. It didn't do a good job of breaking early on. It just like kind of put me into a bit of a hassle there. And then Marshadow being Scarf, we saw it in the mocks, but the fact that I was in a tough spot against the Tornadus made it challenging. Yeah, Torn was a challenge there. I think I just didn't play around it well. I was behind the 8-ball against it a lot. And I can never get into Zekrom because Zekrom at that point I think was poisoned. If Zekrom hadn't been poisoned, then, or if I hadn't used Zekrom yet, then I go into that and I try and just like break with a Bolt Strike and see what happens. That's really like my game plan there, but I don't think I played Zekrom the way I needed to. And I guess like, and some of you might be saying like, why didn't I go for a Healing Wish on the Zekrom when I was in with Jirachi against the Torn? The reason I didn't do that was because Torn is very probably going to be running Icy Wind. And the reason for that, obviously, twofold. Number one, to slow down Zekrom from sweeping. And secondly, to make sure that you can OHKO the Lando. So that's the main things there. But I think in general, we have to be very careful around that. And my play was a little bit different if I didn't get confused, I think. But hey, it is what it is. You landed the Hurricanes you needed to. With Torn, you hit Hurricanes, you win. You miss Hurricanes, you lose. That's how it goes sometimes. Guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you to our YouTube channel members. We have our level 1s, Liv, Eric, Zeke, Michael Brown, and Texas Man. And we have our level 2, Tone, level 3, Sully. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting the channel. And if you guys want to become YouTube channel members, you can do so by clicking the join button on the screen. Make sure to go check out Kurt. He won a title with Zekrom, so we're going to watch some of his videos again and get back to the drawing board. See you next time.